Gently close your eyes. Do deep breathing. We'll chant Om once together. Synchronize the chanting of Om with your exhalation. Breathe in. Sahana bhavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently open your eyes. We will chant from verses 11 to 15 of chapter 3. Devan bhavayatanena,
Devan bhavayatanena,
te deva bhavayantu vaha,
te deva bhavayantu vaha,
parasparam bhavayantaha,
parasparam bhavayantaha,
Shreyah paramavapsyatha,
Shreyah paramavapsyatha,
Ishtan bhogan hi vo devaha,
Ishtan bhogan hi vo devaha,
dasyante yajna bhavitaha,
dasyante yajna bhavitaha,
taidattana pradayaibhyaha,
तैर्दत्तान प्रदायैभ्यः
yo bhunkte stena eva saha,
यो भुङ्क्तेस्तेन एव सः
yajnashishtashinah santaha,
यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तः
muchyante sarvakilbishaihi,
मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः
bhunjate te tvagam papaha,
भुञ्जते ते त्वगं पापाः
ye pachantyatmakaranat,
ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात्
annad bhavanti bhutani,
अन्नाद्भवन्ति भूतानि
पर्जन्यादन्न संभवः,
पर्जन्यादन्नसम्भवः
यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यः
यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यः
यज्ञः कर्म समुद्भवः
यज्ञः कर्म समुद्भवः
कर्म ब्रह्मोद्भवं विद्धि
कर्म ब्रह्मोद्भवं विद्धि
ब्रह्माक्षरसमुद्भवम्
ब्रह्माक्षरसमुद्भवम्
तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्म
तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्म
नित्यं यज्ञे प्रतिष्ठितम्
नित्यं यज्ञे प्रतिष्ठितम्
Hari Om, and a very good day to all of you. So in the last session, we were seeing how spirituality is not escaping from life. See, the moment we talk of God, now immediately what comes to your mind is someone who is far, far away from you. I'm talking of the general perception. You are experiencing the various things which the world has to offer through your sense organs, through your emotions, through your thoughts. So when it comes to God or the infinite, you think that it should be out of the ordinary experiences which you're having. So whether you conceive heaven, even the relative gods I'm talking of, or whether you try to conceive the infinite supreme reality, you always think about some place which is far away from your present dwelling, number one. If a person believes in Vaikunta, that is, if a person is a Vaishnavite, he or she conceives the Vaikunta as the abode of Lord Vishnu. But where is Vaikunta? They will always have this impression that Vaikunta is somewhere far away. And as long as one is present here, one is living here, going through the various experiences, that person strongly believes that we cannot experience that the higher place that is here in this context of Vaikunta. So once the body is dropped, thereafter probably, if my karmas are good, I may reach the abode of Lord Vishnu. This is what one person believes. Another person who is a Shaivite, follower of Lord Shiva, now he or she believes that the Kailasha, where Shiva is dwelling, now that is far, far away from his or her present place. Thus, according to whatever one beliefs are, one conceives God and the place where God dwells far, far away from his or her present life. One day I will reach there. One day I will go to that place and experience whatever God it is that I am believing in. Now, this is how the mind thinks. The majority of the people, that is those who believe in God, function this way only. But what the great masters are saying, what the ancient wisdom is saying is that God is not separate from your life. I want you to carefully absorb this principle, because only when you absorb this principle, you will be able to practice whatever he is giving here. I am talking of the sadhana tips. So God is not separate from your life. Whatever experiences you're going through today, what is behind that supreme power is nothing but that infinite reality. Right now, wherever you are, whatever be your experiences, I mean the nature of your experiences, if you purify yourself, if you expand your consciousness, you can start experiencing God or that supreme infinite reality right in your so-called ordinary experiences. See, the mind thinks that these experiences are ordinary and that experience of God realization is something which is unique, but right now I am not ready for that. I cannot experience that as long as I am going through all this. These are all the beliefs which the mind is having. You may verbally say it or you may not express it. That doesn't matter. But deep, deep within you, you're always searching for God outside, number one. And number two, you think that God is not only outside you, but far away from you. Just think about this. It is very interesting. Hardly does a person believe that God is right now here, immediately outside me and inside me, which is what the Upanishads are saying. Omnipresent means present everywhere. That infinite reality is omnipresent. So in the Upanishads they say, that is far, that is near. It looks like the language of contradiction, but actually there is no contradiction. If you understand the spirit of what the masters are trying to give. So as long as you are seeking God outside with this belief that God is far, far away from me, you will never be able to experience the truth. Because at any point of time, you will always feel the distance. As you do your sadhana on a daily basis, one thing will start happening to you. That is, you will start feeling the presence of that infinite supreme reality in your normal day-to-day living. That is a very powerful yogic state. See, even when we talk of a yogi or a person who is in a yogic state, what is that which comes to your mind? You always think of someone who is sitting in the forest or who's sitting in the caves, probably Himalayan caves or some other cave, and who is doing severe austerities with eyes closed. Only that person is experiencing the infinite. This is what you're thinking is the yogic state. That is, you're confining the yogic state to that experience or that action. But actually, who is a true yogi? A yogi is one who is experiencing the presence of that infinite reality all the time. That's all. When you go and sit in a cave and meditate, you can experience the infinite reality. At your own home, when you're functioning, you can experience the same infinite reality. When you take the ornaments which are made of gold, now different ornaments are there. There is a necklace, there is a ring, earring, there is a bangle, different kinds of ornaments. They look so different. Supposing you want to search for gold, you will have to search for that gold within those ornaments, which are there right in front of you. If you go to a goldsmith and ask him, "Can you show me gold?" Now he will look at your hand, you are having all the ornaments. He'll tell you this is only gold. Now you will laugh at him. You will say, "What is this? I thought you were a goldsmith. I thought you had deeper knowledge about all these things. You don't even know that these are ornaments. See, this is a bangle. This is a necklace. This is a ring." To which the goldsmith says, "What you are saying is also true, but that is from your level, from your perception. But the fact remains that all these are nothing but gold." Now, you are not able to accept that. You say, "No, I will not accept this." Then he says, "Okay, now he talks of some gold mines from where the gold is taken." So when he gives all those processes like in a story form, then you start believing him. You say, you are a good goldsmith. You are telling me where gold is. Now how do I reach that place? To which he asks you, "Why do you want to go there?" "Because I want to see gold." He again says, "If you want to see gold, you are already experiencing it. You are not realizing that this is gold." You say, no, I will not accept that. It is the same thing with respect to a student and a master. When a student goes to the master and asks him, "Where is God? How do I experience God?" Now the master says, "Here and now." In your normal experiences of life, that is nothing but an expression of divinity. You can start experiencing divinity there. Now, you don't accept. You say, no. How can this be God? Please tell me where God truly is. Then when the master talks about some heavenly abode and says God is sitting there and is doing this, doing that, then you're very happy. And then you ask the master, "Sir, how do I reach there? How do I experience all this?" To which he asks you, "What is your purpose?" "I want to experience God." He says right now here only, whatever ornaments you're having is nothing but gold only. Whatever experiences you're going through in life, what he calls as bhogan, the varied experiences, are nothing but different forms of God only. Different expressions. The ring and the necklace may look so different externally, but when you look at it from the standpoint of gold, both are same. Similarly, the varied experiences which he is calling as bhoga, bhogan in plural, they all look so different. On one hand, you're having sensual pleasures. On the other hand, you're having emotional relationships. On the other hand, you're having knowledge, the intellectual experiences. Different kinds of experiences. They look so different from each other. But all of them are nothing but the expression of that one supreme reality. A goldsmith is able to see gold, but you are not able to see the gold in that. A yogi is able to see God, experience God. Whenever the yogi is breathing, it's not merely the breath. He is actually experiencing God. Whenever he is seeing something, he is experiencing divinity in whatever he is seeing. When a goldsmith is looking at a bangle or a necklace, it's not that he doesn't understand that it is a bangle or it is a necklace. But in and through all that, he is seeing gold. He is experiencing gold. Whenever a yogi goes through any emotional relationships, he goes through all that. But in and through that, he experiences that infinite God principle. Whenever a yogi goes through any intellectual experience, he goes through that. He doesn't run away, but in and through all that, he experiences that supreme reality. So that is what you should aim for. If you're thinking that, no, I'm just leading a very worldly life today, one day I will go and meet God, one day I will go to the caves and sit and meditate, and it is only at that time I'll become a yogi. If you have these kinds of ideas, that will never happen. Because you're encouraging the tendency of the mind to not to use the present experience fully. That is why I gave you the dimension of bhogaha. One of the dimensions is utility. Every experience is so useful. And what is most interesting is, from a goldsmith's point of view, he is amazed because every time you are looking at the bangle or the necklace, now he is able to see that you are having an opportunity to discover gold. Every time you are wearing it, you are looking at it, he is seeing that as an opportunity for you to see the gold. But you are seeing it as a mere ornament. That is why a yogi sees everyone equally. Nobody is closer to God in a special way or away from God and all that. Because that infinite supreme reality is present everywhere, outside, It's present in everyone inside, in every creature, everywhere. So the entire creation, that is, all aspects of this creation are all equidistant from that infinite God principle. Don't think that a yogi is special in the sense that he is more close to God and all that. Everyone is equidistant. It is only a question of gaining this wisdom, doing the sadhana, and removing all the layers of ignorance which you have built up without your knowledge. So, when he is suggesting this principle of Ishtan Bhogan, there is an inherent message there that whatever experiences you're going through right now in your life, they are opportunities for you to get connected to the infinite. And you keep on missing those opportunities. And before you know, now you are in your deathbed, you have to leave this body. No problem, again you come back. The same opportunities are provided to you. Till you learn this ultimate lesson, life will not leave you and you cannot leave life. Remember this. The ultimate lesson which life is trying to teach you is that of that infinite, supreme Godhood. That supreme power. Until you learn that lesson, even if you try to leave life, it will keep coming behind you. You cannot escape from these experiences. So our great masters are saying, there is nowhere to go in search of God. There is no place where God is not there. It is only a question of you getting connected to that infinite. And what is preventing you from getting connected to the infinite? Your layer of ignorance or your layer of karmas. And karma yoga is nothing but one way by which you can dissolve all these karmas. Many paths are there, but the principle behind all the paths are one and the same. That is to dissolve the thick karmic layer, or I would say layers in plural, which you have accumulated across many births. Aneka janma, he says elsewhere. Aneka janma means many births. So the moment we say many births, aneka janma and all that, some people, so many births, no, when am I going to do? See, that is again a tamasic approach. Right now, you have this opportunity. Make use of it fully. Adi Shankara, he gives this superb example. He says a cave may be dark for hundreds of years. But the moment you go and light a lamp there, instantly the cave gets lighted. How long does it take for the light to light up the cave? Does it take another 100 years? Because the darkness was there for 100 years, therefore it will take another 100 years to light it up. There is nothing like that. You can't fix a rule. Similarly, when you truly gain this light of wisdom through your sadhana, what will happen is that for many births, whatever you have accumulated, the dark ignorance which you have accumulated in the inner cave, for many janmas, all that will be lighted at one go. But even as these words are being communicated to you, your deeper mind is not believing it. It is thinking on its own. It is thinking, one day I will absorb this, one day I will practice this. This is called Maya. This is the illusion. The illusion which the Jivatma has created. Jivatma means it's you only. You have created the illusion and you are now caught up in that. So the great masters have come time and again to remind us. The Guru keeps on coming into your life to remind you. It is exactly like a goldsmith trying to remind you, saying that gold is there, there is a gold ornament only. But the mind refuses to believe. So that is why we always say, keep doing your sadhana on a daily basis. The Yoga Sankirtan sadhana will remove the thick layers of ignorance which are covering that innate purity which is there within you. You are not an ordinary person. You are an expression of that divinity. Now, some people ask, sir, when that is told, won't the ego come up? The ego will come up only if you misunderstand this. When I say you are an expression of divinity, it is not only true with respect to you. It is true with respect to your neighbor. It is true with respect to your partner, everyone. Then there is no superiority or inferiority. Ego will not come. But if you take it as I alone, I am the expression of divinity, then the ego can come. So, Ishtan Bhogan, from the soul point of view, is nothing but the varied experiences which the Jivatma goes through, the individual soul goes through, and ultimately it finds that infinite self which is called the Paramatma. So the relationship between the Jivatma and Paramatma, that happens in 3 steps. In the first step, you see a duality. The Jivatma feels it is separate from the Paramatma. You feel that you are separate from God. That is the duality. When you keep on doing your sadhana, you are automatically pushed into the next phase, where the Jivatma considers itself as a part of the Paramatma. You see yourself as a part of God. And then when you keep on doing your sadhana, you will come to the final step where the Jivatma does not see any difference between itself and the Paramatma. Atma is one. All conditionings are nothing but an illusion. I am God and God is me. That is the final state. So these 3 outlooks, technically they are called Dvaita, Visishta Dvaita and Advaita. They are all talking about your relationship with God. You means you are the Jivatma. some pundits, many scholars, they get into arguments. Which is right? Is Dvaita correct or Visishta Dvaita correct or Advaita correct? Dvaita means duality. Visishta Dvaita means, told the second phase where I am a part of God. And Advaita means total oneness with that infinite. So in the spiritual circles, I'm putting it in quotes, they all argue with each other, which is right. Dvaita alone is right, Advaita alone is right, Visishta Dvaita is right. It is not a question of which one is right or which one is wrong. There are three ways of relating to that infinite. Anyway, you will have to pass through these three stages. According to whatever was necessary at that particular time, one particular master may have emphasized on one approach. For example, Adi Shankaracharya, he emphasized on Advaita, oneness with God. Ramanujacharya, he emphasized on Visishta Dvaita, being a part of God. Madhvacharya, he emphasized on duality, Dvaita. I am a servant of God. Because that was required for the people at that time. The emphasis was on that. But you need to understand the truth in its entirety, not get caught up with one particular thing. Then that will lead to fanaticism. That is why some masters have said that all paths are like different rivers reaching the same ocean. Now, which path is better, which river is superior? There is nothing like that. Because river is also ultimately water and ocean is also water. So when you practice this Ishtan Bhogan, it will no doubt start off with an awareness about your experiences, the various joys, sorrows. But as you increase your awareness, as you get into the middle path, you go through all this in a mature way and you do the daily sadhana, what will happen is that these experiences will start unfolding the divinity from within you. You will start experiencing the divine in these three stages. So, if somebody asks you, what are you following, Dvaita or Visishta Dvaita or Advaita? Now, don't get into that kind of conversation, because what are we going to achieve by all that? A yogi has no time for all that. When your goal is to merge with that infinite, where do you have time for all these quarrels, for all these arguments? So, Bhogan means worldly experiences. Ishtan Bhogan is refining those experiences till they become divine. This is the higher meaning. See, week after week, I'm just getting into a little more depth and giving you a glimpse of what these truths are. Of course, since the mind wants variety, we move to the next point. But otherwise, just one point is enough to penetrate and go right up to the infinite. So, nourished by sacrifice, the gods will give you the desired enjoyments. So the three main things which we have seen is that Yajna Bhavita, that is Bhavaka, your Bhava. What is your attitude? And number two, the Yajna, and number three, gods. The gods will give you. That is the higher goals. So, why has he put it in that order? That also you need to understand. Fundamentally, you have three duties. We can divide life into three. In the Vedas, they have also divided life into 5. We'll see that later. But in this context here, 3 divisions. That is me, number 1. Whatever you're considering yourself as. Now, don't ask me, sir, when you say me or I, who is that I? Are you talking of Jivatma, Paramatma? Whatever it is that you're considering yourself. You may consider yourself as a body, emotions, thoughts, the individual. That is number 1. And then the society, the world around you. And then third is the higher beings. Different grades of gods right up to the infinite. So what they are saying is, if you want to do sadhana, you should take care of all these 3 aspects. Then your sadhana will become complete. Whatever sadhana you do should first of all take care of yourself. If it doesn't take care of yourself, then that sadhana is not a true sadhana. It should give you that fulfillment. It should give you that happiness. It should give you that purity. It should give you that clarity. It should awaken the inner powers from within. All these things should happen. This is the first aspect of sadhana. The second aspect is the sadhana which you're doing should help you to serve the society, to serve the world. The world starts from your family and then it extends to the place you're living in, the city, the state, the country, the entire world, whole of humanity, an entire cosmos, everything. These are all concentric circles. If you draw concentric circles, it all represents the entire universe. So the sadhana which you're doing should help you to contribute to the world, to the external society. This is number 2. And number 3, what is beyond your limited self and what is beyond this universe is divinity. So the sadhana which you're doing should help you to rise beyond all this and start experiencing divinity in grades. That will happen again gradually. That's why our yogis have said gods, the devaha in plural. So the different grades of divinity which you start experiencing, and then that culminates in that experience of the infinite in its totality. So this is the purpose of sadhana. Number 1, taking care of yourself, doing good to yourself. Number 2, contributing to the society. And number 3, rising beyond all this and experiencing the divinity. Now what is interesting is, the structure which he has given here is exactly dealing with these 3 aspects. The first thing which he is asking you to practice is bhavana. Bhava. We have seen that in the previous verse also. Bhava, bhava, he is going on repeating that. So when you start purifying your intentions. When you start making your bhavana very pure, what happens? Your personality gets purified. All the inner powers start awakening. When you are pure, you also gain the clarity of vision. So when he says bhavitaha, the bhava which he's talking about is nothing but a reference to how the sadhana which you do will take care of yourself in totality. See, if you're doing the sadhana for let's say 1 year and you're saying, sir, absolutely no changes in my behavior, in my habits, in my emotions, in my thoughts, then you're not doing it properly. If you sincerely do it, just within a few days you will start seeing the difference, how much of impact it starts creating in terms of your personality development. So that is what is indicated when he says bhavaka. Yajna bhavitaha. Yajna will come to first, the bhavam. So when you go on purifying your bhavana, see, your bhava is called swabhava. Swabhava means one's bhava, whatever intentions you are generating. So the yoga sankirtan sadhana, incidentally, every day which you're doing, will change your swabhava, will change your nature. It will make it very pure. It is only through purity you can experience God. Not by gaining knowledge of scriptures, mere knowledge of scriptures. I'm not saying knowledge of scriptures is not essential, but merely that is not enough, because that can boost one's ego also, no? It is only when you become as pure as a newborn baby that you will start experiencing divinity. So, bhavaka, number one. Number two, yajna. Yajna is a reference to the sadhana helping you to contribute to the society. You have come here, you are living your life. What is it that you have given back to society? This point is very important. I'm just building the background because that's going to help us in understanding the second line of this verse, where he's talking of one who enjoys what is given by them without offering anything in return is indeed a thief. And then in verse number 13 also he'll be talking about the give and take, you and others, how the principle of give and take is very important in your life. That's why I'm giving you these subtle points. He's indicating it so beautifully. So yajna literally means sacrifice. So what for is a yajna done? In order to do some good to the society, keeping the welfare of everyone in mind, a yajna is done. So yajna is a reference to your contribution to the world. Now you may ask me, sir, how do I contribute more? We are not talking about the quantity, we are talking about the quality. When your bhavana becomes pure, and then when you use your skills and talents to the best of your ability to function in the world, then automatically you are contributing. We can't say one person's contribution is higher, more, another person's contribution is less. See, when you take the history of humanity, millions of generations have come and gone. One person's contribution, is it going to make any big difference? So there is nothing like higher contribution, lower contribution. Infinite plus 1 is also infinite. Infinite plus 2 is also infinite. Infinite plus 100 is also infinite. Infinite plus infinite is also infinite. So when we are talking of contributing to the world, again the ego can come, but that is not the spirit with which we look at this. Yajna means genuinely serving the society according to your capacity, to the best of your ability. So society means first the family. Family means your parents, your partner, your children, and then that keeps growing. That's why you have to put concentric circles. Your first duty is towards your immediate family, then your workplace, maybe your friends, colleagues, the society, the place where you're living in. Even following the rules of the particular place where you're living in, that's the way you contribute. You're being a good citizen of your country. So it's not that you have to take up some unusual activity in order to contribute. It's not like that. We are talking of your attitude. What is the very principle with which you're functioning in life? So bhava, the bhavaka is with reference to yourself. Yajna is with reference to the world, and then gods. The third word is devaha. Gods are representative of higher goals, the higher forces of life, higher forces in the world. So the sadhana should purify you, it should bring out the best from you so that the world also benefits from you, and then no ego whatsoever. It should elevate your consciousness so that you start experiencing the divinity in stages. And it will keep on going till it reaches the highest. In the earlier verse he said, no? Param Shreyaha, the highest good. I covered it in detail at that time. So, when he is giving these three words, see, when he says Ishtan Bhogan Hivo Deva Dasyante Yajna Bhavitaha, those three words are very crucial. When we started this verse, I told you that these three words are very important. Now, I'm giving you the correlation. So, this should be the yardstick from today onwards. Why should you do sadhana? Have you ever asked that? See, every week it's being told to you, do the Yoga Sankirtan sadhana every day. Don't miss your daily sadhana. Why should you even attend these sessions Sunday? Because every Sunday it is a sadhana only, weekly sadhana. Why should you attend all these empowerment programs? Every now and then these empowerments are given, the transference of energy happens, no? Why all this? Have you ever questioned that? This is the reason. Because there are three factors, you, the world and God. And it is sadhana which can help you fulfill your potential towards yourself, towards the world, and then towards the infinite. You have tremendous potential within you. All that is lying dormant. Why? Because you are just merely involved in your experiences. You're just going through your experiences of life in a mechanical way. So the antidote to this That is, this is the spiritual tamas we are talking of. The antidote to that is sadhana. And sadhana works in these three ways. It purifies your bhavana, it helps you to contribute to the world, which is yajna, and it also raises your consciousness so that you start experiencing divinity. So keeping this in mind, now start doing your daily sadhana with more awareness. Whatever you're doing, that is the foundation, that is the very essence which is going to help you to bring out the best from you, within you and outside you, and with respect to the highest spiritual growth. See, never go by blind belief. Somebody has asked me this question. One girl has asked this question. She has said, "Sir, what I understand is that we should believe in the Guru blindly." Where was it? Where has been said that you should believe the Guru blindly? Blind faith, blind devotion is not true devotion. Devotion should be out of understanding. So even when it is said, do sadhana, just don't blindly follow it. Try to understand the logic, try to understand the value of what is being told. I'm incidentally answering that question which that girl has asked about this blind faith, because she has asked, "Sir, I'm not able to have this blind faith, so does it mean I'm not benefiting spiritually?" Blind faith will lead to fanaticism. Faith or devotion, true faith or devotion, is always based on an understanding. So even when you surrender to the Guru, it shouldn't be in a blind way. You should have a search first of all, and you should understand that here is a person who can truly help me. Then automatically you will surrender. It is not a blind surrender. Wherever you are ignorant, in those areas, you will surrender to a person who knows more in that area, no? This is what you practice generally. If you want to build a house, you will go and surrender to a civil engineer. If you want to ensure that the house is strong, you will surrender to a structural engineer. That doesn't mean you have blind faith. Of course, you will check his credentials, and if he gives something, if you have a doubt, you will ask. You'll say, "Why do we need this? Why do we need that?" And he will explain. Of course, this is a worldly relationship. When it comes to a guru, it is much more higher. But the same principle is still there. So, in this context, even though it looks like I'm digressing, I'm not digressing, I'm just answering that question also. Kindly understand the difference between faith and blind faith. Faith is very positive. Devotion is very positive. Blind faith is negative. Why is it that the great masters are encouraging the students to ask questions? If it is blind faith, then there will be no question, no? Bhagavad Gita is in the form of question and answer only. If you go to the Upanishad, this is in the form of question and answer. Our scriptures are always in the form of question and answer. A student asks the question, then the Guru gives the answer. Yesterday, the last session I was telling you about Yoga Vasishta also. No? Rama asks the question, then Vasishta answers. And then he asks further clarifications. Vasishta answers. Many things which the Guru is saying, may be very easy for you to understand, but there may be certain things, there will be certain things which you will not be able to understand directly. That is where you need to have the faith and surrender. So surrender, faith, devotion should not be blind. Please remember this. So even when it comes to sadhana, say I am giving you the value of sadhana, how it can enrich your life at a personal level, then at the interactional level with respect to the world, and also elevate you to the highest. Therefore, being a human being, having taken this human birth, you should do your daily sadhana. So understand the value of what is being given to you and do it with full awareness, with full intention. And when you do it so sincerely, the Guru Shakti will automatically get attracted to you. It will start guiding you. See, when your faith is blind, a higher intellect can come and dislodge your faith because it has no basis. Whereas when your faith is on solid ground, it's based on solid facts, then what will happen is you will never waver. No doubts will come and disturb you. You will be able to steadily move in your path. So this is the way. So you take it up as your homework. Examine your life. What have I achieved at the personal level in terms of personal growth? Have I been doing my duties to the world, starting from my family, etc., etc.? Have I fulfilled my potential there? How can I better that? And what is my spiritual growth? Just ask yourself. You don't need to give a concrete answer immediately. Don't become overworked or very anxious about practicing all this immediately. See, these guidelines are being given to you so that you start examining your life with better clarity, and the correction will happen automatically. You will put in your effort. Wherever you're seeing something is wrong, you will start setting those things right. So wherever you are, whatever be your nature of work or this, that, all that, do your daily sadhana, and that will start reflecting in these three aspects of your life: your personal life, your interactional life, and your spiritual life, your higher life. Bhavaka, Yajnaha and Devaha. This is the significance of these three words. So he has taken these three words and weaved a beautiful pattern here. It's like an art, such a classic art piece he has created. When you don't go with the flow, you miss all this. But in the yogic approach, we go with the flow of the artist. And Lord Krishna is a master artist. That's why it's called, incidentally, Bhagavad Gita. Gita means song. The song of the Lord. It's not prose, it's poetry, it's a song, it's an art. Every verse is like a master art piece which has been drawn effortlessly by the greatest avatar, Lord Krishna. And we are reading that. Thousands of years back these were given. And we are reading that. See, the moment you bring that feeling, you get so inspired. It is not about quickly covering all these verses and, going to the next. It is not that. It is about you going with the flow and start appreciating the artwork which he is creating. And the more you are able to appreciate that, the more inspired you will become. Every Sunday, using the yogic approach, all the efforts are being made to make you see the beauty of these truths. So, Ishtan Bhogan hi vo devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha. Nourished by sacrifice, the gods will give you the desired enjoyments. So, when you do your sadhana and it starts manifesting in these three areas, that is personal life, interactional life and the higher life, what will happen? Your life will become so enjoyable and meaningful, purposeful. That is what he's talking of as Ishtan Bhogan. See, I have explained each element separately. Now we are joining everything and seeing the connection. Connection with respect to your sadhana, that is most important. So whatever is ordinary, bhogaha, becomes ishta bhoga, which is extraordinary. Whatever experiences which you are going through today, which you will say is ordinary, not so great, and you always have some illusory experiences which you think someday I will experience that, I'll experience this. Now all these things will become extraordinary. That is why he is using the word Ishtan Bhogan. Your Bhogan, your day-to-day life experiences will start becoming extraordinary. So the key there, the hidden message there is the sadhana which you need to do on a daily basis. A person's life becomes full only when he or she takes care of all these three aspects. Otherwise, it is only a partial life which you are leading. So we'll stop with that. I want you to reflect on these points which were given, especially the connection. The Devaha was explained to you separately. Yajnaha was explained to you separately. Bhavaka, Bhava was explained to you separately. Then Ishtan, Ishta, that was explained to you separately. Then Bhogaha, that was explained to you separately. Isn't it? Now is a time where you read it together, read all these elements together. It's like cooking, you take one vegetable, you put it, and if you're making a dish, all the individual ingredients are over now. Now the cooked food is there. It is time for you to eat everything together. So this week you reflect on these points which were given to you and see the connection. How when these three aspects of life are taken care of, your experiences will turn from ordinary to extraordinary. And what is the hidden key there? That is your daily sadhana. So when you understand this whole structure, thereafter nobody needs to tell you, do your sadhana, no reminders and all that. Once you understand the value of something, you will start doing it. So you reflect on these points, and in the next session we will continue with this. We will keep probing more into this verse. In the second line, from the second line, he is going to emphasize on the principle of parasparam, which he mentioned in the previous verse, the give and take, and how to better that. All that we'll be seeing. Okay. So before we do the Nididhyasana meditation, I'll take up one question. Since my graduation, I never really had a goal in life. All I wanted is a good place to work and gain experience in my field. Even now, my vision remains the same, that is to earn income through a job. I have never really thought about other ways of generating income because my family has always had a stable income. As an individual, I desire to work and earn, that's it. I didn't have a goal per se. My question is it fine to not have a goal in life and just carry on with your daily lives? Pratibha. So this is a very useful question which Pratibha has asked. This will be very useful for all the sadhaks. Now, what you have said is, since my graduation, I never really had a goal in life. Does it mean you had a goal before graduation? So, it only means in life you have not fixed goals consciously. That's what you're trying to say. It's not that you never had a goal. At every step, see, even when you say that I want to earn some income through a job, that is also a goal only. It may be a relative goal, but you are having some goal. You have not gone through that process in a conscious way. So your question is it okay to not have a goal in life and just carry on with your daily activities? That's what you're asking. See, when you just mechanically go on with your daily activities, what will happen is you will not live up to your true potential. The best will not come out from you. Just today we saw, at 3 levels. One is with respect to personal life, then interaction life, and the highest. So how is it that all these 3 aspects can be fulfilled? One of the things is you need to fix goals at all these 3 levels. With respect to your personal growth, what is it that you want to achieve? With respect to the world, what is it that you want to contribute? That is, when I say what is it that you want to contribute, supposing, let's say, you're very good in, let's take an activity like cooking. Now, cooking every day and giving it to your family, now that becomes your contribution. Let us say you're very good in painting. Then painting with inspiration, that becomes your contribution. So you will have to decide that. You cannot decide that unless you have goals. Now, if you're just going to mechanically go through the various experiences of life, how will you be able to get a direction? See, it is not only a direction in life. If you just mechanically go through your experiences of life, after a while you will get bored. You will never get that true satisfaction. So you ask, is it okay not to have a goal? So you first think about it. If I don't have a goal in life, if I just go through all the experiences, will I feel really happy, satisfied, fulfilled? Okay, you have said all that I want is to earn income from a job. Why don't you want to have good relationships? If you say yes, then there is a goal there, no? You have to, see, you're not crystallizing it into a conscious goal, but it is there. Why don't you want to become a better person? Don't you want to conquer your moods and become happy? Your answer will be yes. I'm not actually asking you, I'm just giving you the answer in the form of some questions. I'm making you ask questions to yourself. So the Finding Rhythm in Life Empowerment Program, which was conducted earlier, that deals with this only. It is available online. I would suggest you go through that program. Any number of times you can do that. The 12 aspects of life were given to you, no? In each aspect, guidelines were given. Based on those guidelines, fix goals. See, life is not about one aspect like finance or earning or relationships or career. It's not like that. Many aspects are there. And then with respect to your personal aspects, several pointers were given like creativity. So many things were given. So use those parameters to start fixing goals. This is very important. Because when you don't fix goals, you will take a mechanical approach to life. And there will be no motivation after a while. It will lead to a kind of a tamasic state, a lazy kind of existence. It is only a goal which can motivate you. Similarly, when you say, I want to earn money through a job and all that, again ask yourself, do I really want to do that, or am I reflecting somebody else's idea? When you were young, somebody may have put that thought in you. If you say, I have a goal of earning, that is different. Only through a job means either two possibilities are there. Either you are very sure about your Swadharma, this is what my nature is, this is what I want to do. Or you may just be mechanically repeating whatever has been fed into your system. In your case, it is the second only. Because the tendency to be mechanical is there, no? So you will have to overcome that. And when I am talking to her, this is a message to all the sadhaks. If you stop fixing goals in different areas of your life, your growth will get stunted. Then you're no longer living, you're just existing. The difference between a human being and other creatures is that all the creatures exist. A human being alone has a capacity to live. And that is why this ancient wisdom is called the art and science of living, true living, purposeful living. So don't worry about whether the goal is selfish, unselfish. First start fixing goals. Then only you can start fixing better and better goals. See, unless you start the process, there is no question of bettering it. So, whatever question has been asked is a very simple question, but it reflects the fundamental problem of the entire humanity, because today the human tendency is to just live life mechanically. Eat, sleep, go through the various experiences mechanically and go away. That is not the higher spiritual life. That is spiritual tamas. So from your level, whatever goals you can pitch up, start pitching them up consciously with awareness. And enjoy the process. Don't take the stress. Goal achievement should be so enjoyable. Don't get influenced by what this person is saying, that person is saying and all that. We are studying the highest principles of life. No, that is being presented to you. So use these as guidelines and carve a life according to what you want. Create your life. Okay. So I've given you the value of goals. If you have further doubts on that, you can always write to me. I'll definitely explain, because this is a foundation, this is a basic. Why would you even do sadhana? Why should you do sadhana? I asked you to ask that question during the lecture. It's the same thing only. If you don't have any goals, then there will be no necessity for sadhana. So slowly, you will stop doing sadhana also. I am assuming that you are doing sadhana right now. But the motivation will go away. And this external motivation and all that is of no use. Self-motivation is the best. Okay. So think about these points. Even all the other sadhaks, please make a note of these points and implement them in your life. So now we'll do the Nididhyasana meditation. Sit in a comfortable position. Gently close your eyes. Do deep breathing. With every breath, I am becoming more and more relaxed. Feel the divine vibrations. With every breath, I am going deeper and deeper into myself. beyond my physical body, beyond my emotions, beyond my thoughts, lies my true essential self. My higher self is infinite and divine. From this moment onwards, I choose to do my daily sadhana consistently. I choose to fulfill my infinite potential. I am Swayam Prakashit, self-illuminating. Offer your gratitude to God Supreme. Offer your gratitude to your Guru and all the holy masters. Slowly come back. Wriggle your fingers, your toes. Rub your palms together to create a warmth. Cup your eyes with your palms. Gently rub your eyes, cheeks, forehead, top of the head, back of the head and neck. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. So today, many fine points have been given to you. The subtler messages which are contained in these verses, they have been given to you. See, that is the most difficult thing. It's easy to get the obvious points, but to eke out the finer points is what is the work of a master. And the tool which he uses is the yogic approach. So when that is being done for you, you should do your homework, you should put in efforts from your side and start absorbing these higher principles and implementing them in your life. Okay? So thank you very much. I'll see you in the next session. Hari Om.